Everybody stand up, whatever. I think if I'm completely in the moment, right, then something exciting is happening. And it should communicate to other people who also then become completely in the moment, right? And I think that you need a certain sense of immediacy and excitement.
I'm Jerry Glenn, and I am the principal here at San Lorenzo High School. I'm fortunate to work with a number of outstanding people, among them Dr. Elliot Schneider. Doctor, in this case, is an honorary degree I have bestowed on him and a few other of my most expert faculty members who conduct themselves intellectually and otherwise with such stature that I pronounce them as a doctor.
Close the book. I'm not giving you the test yet. You're not taking the test till the second half. Right now we're thinking about things that have nothing to do with the test. Let's get completely pedantic. What? Remember that story I told you about the time I fingered one of that woman's nose? Didn't I tell you that story? Hey, Ryan remembers. I am labeled history teacher now, you know. Well, I could just easily, you know, the labels are stupid. You know, one moment I'm a singer, another moment I'm a history teacher. Right now I'm a man drinking water. You know, and getting hung up on your labels and memorizing them is limiting your life and blinding yourself to what the real world is like, I think. What do you think? Is life too beautiful to be cynical, or would life be too boring if you weren't cynical? Ryan, hold it. Paul is taking the ball. I don't even like saying I'm a professional. You know, like people saying, oh, we are professionals. You know, and but it's like, hey, you know, you may meet somebody laying on the gutter who's more brilliant than somebody who thinks that they're a professional. You know what I'm saying? It's not the label, it's the person that particularly matters, you know? Perhaps we can discuss something else instead. Let me flip a coin and find out whether in fact we can. Would you go?
What is your name?
Chad Van Schulen.
Okay.
Soon to be Reverend Chad Van Schulen. Okay. I'll be an ordained clergyman in about a week.
What religion would that be?
It's for the Universal Life Church.
Is what sticks out to you that maybe something came up in one of the classes or outside of class, boom, conversation came up, you're like, I wouldn't be getting this from alone another teacher, maybe not another person?
It's more just like a way of looking at life, that you can play with life, that you can have control in your life, but also that you can just flow with life. It's just like in that you can see things from different angles, different ways of looking at things, learning a wide variety of things, more the value of education in itself, not just, oh yeah, you can get some great job with it, but that it can actually be fun to learn something, to do something with the information, you know, that where you can have conversations and the actual, just that in and of itself has meaning.
Bone and muscle that are going bam against each other, right? They create a vibration, don't they? And that vibration causes air molecules, right, to start banging into each other, right? Somehow or another, they get banged and vibrate, right? So on some level, it's extraordinarily important that people have really know a great deal of information so that you can fairly come to your own conclusions. If I was to offer minimal amounts of facts and say, oh, I don't want to bore the kids with facts, I'll just offer a small amount, then really, I could basically take all my own prejudices and shove them on other kids and just give a selection of so-called facts that support my prejudices. And it seems to me concepts are useless without information to back them up. They're not only not concepts. If you don't take information in and then judge, you're prejudging. right? And if you're prejudging, that's the root of the concept prejudice. Prejudice would be so-called concepts without information to back them up. And I try to avoid that.
So, what's your name?
Christine Brown,
Okay. And you're in the what grade?
10th.
10th grade. And is this your first class you've had in Schneider?
Yes.
Okay. How's that experience overall?
It's actually very funny because he's very entertaining.
Oh, excuse me, bounces into somebody. Oh, sorry, boom, bounces. Oh, excuse me. And everybody starts bouncing off each other.
Did you have any preconceived notions before you went into his class?
Yes, because I saw him at I think it was one of our rallies, and he was singing a song.
So anyway, when I was in 6th grade, but probably should have been in 5th grade or something like that, I suddenly became, I don't know, like a maniac over rock and roll, you know? Yeah. I felt like singing that, but I guess I shouldn't disturb the school.
Hi, this is Carolyn Parkinson, and this is Rockin' by the Bay. We're here tonight with Elliot Schneider and the band. That's B-A-N-N-E-D, band. Sitting next to me is Elliot Schneider. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Well, I don't know. I feel really weird because when they told me I was going to be on the Johnny Carson show, they didn't tell me there's going to be a guest host. Other than drinking coffee and having sex, singing rock and roll makes me happier than anything in the world. So I said, F this, because you can't say that word, and I said, I'm going back to rock and roll. To me, rock and roll is a way of, well, I guess it's a way of living life ideally the way I think it should be, which is with great passion and integrity, and then, since that sounds boring, with humor.
I had to give up rock and roll to make a living, you know, ultimately. It scared me. What if I had to get a job and go to an office every day and be in a room of adults? And I figured, if adults mostly are people who have given up on life, that could be very grim, you know? And that's one of the reasons I figured, okay, I'll be a teacher.
Put it out.
No. Look, we know I'll be 55 in February. It's no longer like I'm a rocker and it's 1955. You know what I mean? Like, wow. I was at a meeting of teachers, which I try not to do very often, you know, because they're depressing. But I was at a meeting with some teachers, and the person who was in charge of this committee, really nice, interesting guy, said he was 28, and I'm thinking, you know, in February, if he was X, I am 2X plus 1. I'm almost 2X. What am I saying? I'm 2X minus 1.
Ryan, how old are you?
I am 18 years old.
18. When were you born?
I was born March 17th, 1983.
You gonna get that?
No.
Who is Schneider?
Who is Schneider? Well, you're the guys making the documentary. You don't know who he is? Schneider is a sad old man.
Take a picture of me next to that.
He's like the best teacher that I've had. I feel like he knows so much. He knows a lot of knowledge, and he has his way of teaching. It's just absolutely like it's to a degree that other teachers can't even.
There's nothing that's trivial. The only thing that can be trivial is our own minds in seeing it that way. You know what I mean? Because when your mind really expands, you can see the amazingness of each unique thing, you know? And for everything you have, change what you put next to it. And already, it's another idea. I mean, probably what passes for genius is just often just putting two things next to each other that nobody else thought of putting next to each other before and seeing what happens. I'm sure that's not all it is, but I think often it is like pretty much that.
Where'd you get the rest of the lunch?
Hi. This one working? Oh, you're on this one. No, I'm not. It's really fun to be in a room full of people where even the kids who are kind of not fully making the effort are still doing so much more than they ever dreamed of doing before in other courses. For the first time in your life in a long, maybe since you were a little kid, you're going to be allowed to run as fast as you can run and learn as much as you can, and grades don't mean a damn thing. That's just the trick we have. Grades are the trick we have to make you learn, like the carrot that makes the horse go in some cartoon, right? And it's not about that, but that the game is, all that matters is the knowledge, right? And the excitement of your mind really working and playing with it and being creative with it. And to me, it's like each time you meet somebody, that's a human being. And some people are more fascinating than others. God knows. I'm not going to pretend. Everybody's not equally fascinating. Maybe everybody, if you know how to get it out of them, could be fascinating over a certain amount of time. Maybe some people may have a great 3 minutes in, right? You know what I mean? Somebody else might have a great month worth of. Some people are fascinating. They're in constantly almost, right? But the fact of the matter is, in engaging a human being, I don't want to say like, I am this thing, teacher. I'm not confusing my so-called professional role with me as a person. I am a human being walking around as confused as anybody in the midst of like some wisdom, in the midst of much more folly and insanity. I am floating, still alive, bumping into other people who are floating alive, trying to figure out what the hell this means. And to treat another person in this real way would not only is demeaning, but it's boring as hell, because no real conversations ever happen. And if you don't have real conversations, I can't imagine life's even worth being alive.
Come on, guys. We're gonna kick some whatever. Dude, it's dark, I'm scared.
And we're back! Come on, guys!
conscious of themselves and with the atmosphere, and that kind of carries over into the classroom. Do you find that that's a problem, that they're a little too aware of their friends around them and what they have to say in the conversation?
Say it again.
Shamar Zaid, please report to the attendance office. Shamar Zaid.
Don't blame me.
That would be me. I've got to leave.
Attendance office.
Most kids probably aren't bright enough to get most of the jokes in the film.